Calibrating cybernetics.
Talk to him now.
AT, Andre.
Come on, Dre.
Yep. Trippin with Let's Go. Woo! Trippin with Theobold.
What's your name?
Theo so bold.
Yeah.
Driggity. Let's go. Trippin with Theobold. Trippin.
What are we doing?
Trippin with Theobold.
Come on, Dre.
Let's see, mic check, 1, 2, we on? Hey, what's going on, y'all? And welcome to the 64th episode of Trippin with Theobold. I'm your host, Andre Theobold. Welcome. Let me go ahead and pop in the chat right quick so I can see who is checking in on little old me and the podcast that could. Yeah, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only got, like I said, I got 60 subs. I'm not tripping, you know. Humble beginnings. Let me go and pop in this chat to just see who is going to check on me, because YouTube has this funny chat where maybe it's not a funny chat. Maybe I just don't know how to work it the way it needs to be worked, and I'm doing it the old school way, But here we are. Okay, why is my YouTube chat not showing up? Okay, this is very weird. What's going on? What is going on? I just put the link in here. Now it doesn't want to show up. There we go. Now we're on. Welcome. So as you guys see, we're here. So, hey man, real quick, man. Before we go any further, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, tell a friend to tell a friend, do all that fun internet stuff like the old people say. Because in the word internet for old people, they only have one T in internet. There's no T in the middle. It's INNAET, internet. I think I spelled it wrong there too, but you get the point. Yeah, so I get my breakfast at damn near noon. It's been that kind of morning. Had to handle some work stuff or whatever. I got my overnight oats, so bear with me. But yeah, here we go, man. So as you guys know, I'm a Bills fan, and got to go ahead and tie this episode to a Buffalo Bill of past. So for the past few episodes, there have been no Bills fans, or there have been no Buffalo Bills with numbers, right? Or no notable Bills for number 62, 63. But today, episode 64, a notable Bill that people probably know. I feel weird kind of like tying it to it, but it's part of our history. You know what I'm saying? So today's episode is tied to, if I can find him. Here he is. Richie Incognito. Richie Incognito of all people, aka the bully. Right? This dude was bullying players. It's like, how do you get bullied in the NFL? That's what I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, you can, I guess, possibly, Let me just check my audio right quick, because I'm paranoid after a few episodes ago. I want to make sure that, I'm not tripping and shit. Hold on a second. Let me just play this right quick. I'm paranoid after a few episodes. Okay, so we are good. So I'm going to periodically check that to make sure I'm not sounding like a fucking Decepticon and shit, But here we go. Richie Incognito. So, what's funny about this photo that you guys are seeing right now is I was actually at this game in Buffalo, right? I can see that Tyrod Taylor is our quarterback. He's in the shotgun. Richie Incognito was number 64 for the Bills. He played guard, I believe. Yeah, he was a guard. So on the field, he had some nasty to him. He was like one of the guys that you want in the trenches. But outside the locker room, man, he had some questionable things, man. He was kind of questionable. Like, he did some questionable shit, But nonetheless, he's part of our history, so I gotta, tie it in, But Richie Incognito kind of gave me vibes of a bully I had in middle school. In middle school, Yeah, when I was in middle school, there was this bully. His name was Adam Smith from Sligo Elementary. So Adam Smith, if you can hear this, man, what's up, man? Adam Smith, like he didn't really look like him, but he had the same like the same physical build as Incognito, or since Incognito was younger than me and Adam Smith was older than me, he resembled Adam Smith, right? But his mom, Adam's mom, was the principal. Was she the principal? No, she was the vice principal of Sligo Elementary School, and he had braces or whatever. He was big. He never. You know what's funny about him is he never really. He gave the impression that like he was a physical dude, but his bark was bigger than his bite. You know, his bark was like he would always like talk shit and make people feel stupid, talk down to people or whatever. Talk down to me or whatever. But I remember one day, like, there was somebody in our school who was like smaller than him, and they whooped this motherfucker's ass, yo. And he was getting hit in the face, and it was like weird. It was like we were like, yo, this dude, why isn't he fighting back? Like, he's the bully. Like, he's supposed to be whooping ass, you know? But this dude was getting socked in the face turning red, and he just had he wanted no parts of that fight, and he was getting his ass whooped. So, in the day, like I said, I mean, maybe Richie Incognito's the same way, but just he was giving me those kind of vibes, man. Just with the things I was hearing about how he was like bullying certain players and how he kind of talked to players, and even in press conferences, he kind of had that, oh, I'm gonna appear one way in the press conference, but really that's not who I am. Anywho, you know, today's episode is tied to Richie Incognito, number 64 of the Bills from the past. So, yeah, I was at that game. This was the game where Le'Veon Bell went off. Like, yeah, Le'Veon Bell went to work on us this game, and I didn't play that motherfucking DraftKings, so I didn't win any money that game. So, oh well. What else we got going on? So, let me go ahead and do, you know, as you guys know, I like to do my little tongue twisties at the beginning of the show. So let me go ahead and do the tongue twisty. So today is December 2nd, 2022, last month of the year. And today, since it's the second day of the month, we're going to do the letter B. B for the tongue twisties. So as you guys can see, I got my tongue twisties up here. So read along with me if you want, or just bear with it. So here we go. B. Blake the baker bakes black bread. Bake the baker bakes black bread. Say it one more time. Bake the baker bakes black bread. All right. Number 2. The butter of the butter bucket is the buttered bucket bottom. The bottom of the butter bucket is the buttered bucket bottom. Number 3. Billy's big black and blue blister bled. One more again. Billy's big black and blue blister bled. 4. Blair's blue boots are beauties. One more time. Blair's blue boots are beauties. And the last one, number 5. Bob bought a bleached blue beaded blazer. Bob bought a bleached blue beaded blazer. 3 more times, or for the 3rd time. Bob bought a bleached blue beaded blazer. Now we got that out the way. So as you guys know, a lot of you guys that may see this may be like, why are you doing this? And, you know, whatever. I'm actually going to have a promo video for my channel coming up, so I'm going to explain all this. But I do tongue twisties because I grew up with a speech impediment. It's not all the way gone. So one thing I've learned that helped me out is to read tongue twisties, right? And the speed at which I can read a tongue twisty means I shouldn't be talking no faster than that. So I do this to help limit the number of stutters and whatever during the show. But if I do, it's not going to be a big deal. You know, I'm just going to say, come on, Jerry. And that's what we're going to do. You know, so also it's a good memorization it's a good memorization exercise, right? So if you have to remember lines, because, you know, I'm a thespian, you know, I'm in the actor world and shit. So when I have to like remember certain lines or things that are real weird, it's a good way to train your mind to, like, you know, it's a good memory exercise and a good mouth warm up exercise. Pause, you know, mouth warm up. Anywho, let's go ahead and get to the promo part of the show, because right now, I'm at the 10-minute mark and I want to make sure that I am on schedule. So let me just double check my audio again, because I'm doing this periodically, because Apple, I mean, some of their products, man, it's starting to kind of fuck with me. So let me go here and just double check my audio right quick. Make sure I'm good. Let me see right quick. Apple, I mean, some of their products, man, start. Okay, cool. I'm good so far. Sounds so good. Well, so far so good. Yeah, like I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to sound like fucking Megatron and shit when I'm doing my podcast. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. Promo time. So as you guys see, I got a 5150 hat on. Man, shout out to Corey Holcomb and the 5150 show. Man, I watch that show religiously. That's like one of the shows I watch the most. Next to my other shows with Tariq Nasheed. I watch all them, man, because you know I get information that pertains to me, you know. But 5150, man, this is a dope hat. It's not green. I don't know why it's, you know, coming in the way it is, you know. But you guys can kind of see, but it's really blue, aqua, you know, yellow and red. But I saw Corey rocking this hat, and I'm like, man, I gotta get this hat, man. This is a dope hat, you know. And shout out to Darlene OG Ortiz, man. Because I believe she's the one that does a lot of the packaging of the merch. And I gotta plug this, man. Like the way the hat came in the mail, man, I was so like, the packaging of the hat has to be put on display. Let me go ahead and put this up right quick, man. So here's how it came in the mail, right? So it came in a bag, but then the hat was like, you know, they took an envelope and folded it and put the bill on the inside of the cardboard part of the folded envelope so the bill wouldn't get bent. And then they stuffed the paper in the back to make sure that the crown of the hat didn't get bent. And just the care in which the hat was delivered to me was like dope, man. So I wanted to just give a shout out to Darlene OG Ortiz for, you know, putting the effort into doing that. Much appreciated. So yeah, so that's when I got the hat. As you guys see, I'm wearing it right now. It's one of my favorite hats. So shout out to Corey Holcomb and the 5150 show, man, for doing their thing. Now, if you ever have, so if Corey, if you ever happen to come through and see this or watch this show, man, or if this clip ever makes it out in the universe to where it comes back around your way, it would be dope, man, if you had a dad hat like this, right? If you had a dad hat like this, man, I would be all on that shit, because like I'm a dad hat person. But this hat, like I said, it's a change up. It's a nice snapback. But if you had a dad hat like this, man, that would be that would be perfect. That would be dope. But just putting that out there in the universe, you know. But anywho, man, shout out to Corey Holcomb and 5150 show, dope products. What else we got going on here? So excuse me. What else I got to shout out? I got to run through these shout outs because I have a lot of them. Shout out to Earth to Terra. I went to a flea market last weekend? I went to a flea market either last weekend or a week ago, and ran into Miss Terra. You know what I'm saying? She does a lot of dope work. She does like pottery, candles, and the card itself. So this is her business card that you're looking at, which is dope. It's like a tarot card. It's a tarot card, but it's a play on her name, Terra. You know, so earthtoterra.net, dope products. And here's what I bought when I went to her booth. I bought me a nice holiday candle. Look at this. Look at this, man. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but look at this is a candle, right? And the scent has like a Christmassy scent to it. It's I'm trying to think if it's like cinnamon, I think maybe, or like nutmeg. But man, you don't even have to light the candle to get the smell, man. So this is right now, it's in my living room. Well, right now it's in my hand, duh. But it's in my, when I'm done with the pod, I'll put it back in my living room. And the scent it just gives off without it even being lit is very, very holiday-ish. So shout out to Terra, man. Shout out to her work. Go check her out, earthtoterra.net. Dope products. You guys will be impressed. What else we got here? I'm all over the place. What else I got? I want to do a shout out to oh yeah, I gotta plug this. Maybe I plugged them already, but maybe not. So just in case, Zip Fizz, right? I'm back on my Zip Fizz, right? So basically it's an energy drink. It has I believe there might be caffeine in this, but it's a healthy, really is vitamins in this, right? So I take this first thing in the morning. I take it midday because my young ass is getting older and I need my energy, you know, to make sure I can be productive throughout the day, you know? So I take this first thing when I wake up. and I take it midday, and it gives me a boost. But you don't have the crash when you, like, for example, if you drink Red Bull, you'll notice that you'll have a crash, or if you drink like Monster Energy drink, you know, you'll have a crash or mood swings. You don't got none of this with this. You know, this is natural, natural, good, healthy vitamins. What else we got here, man? Oh yeah. Shout out to my old lady. I think I may have plugged these already, but maybe if I didn't, just in case. I'm a sock person. I got a whole lot of socks. Yeah, I got a lot of socks. You know, I'm a sock dude. That sounded kind of weird, right? Like, anyways, yeah, I'm a sock dude. I wear mismatched socks, but these are like special socks. I got these on my birthday last year, I believe. And it has a picture of me on it, you know? So these are like my good luck socks. I wear these. I wear one of these when I go on stage to perform. You know, it's just kind of like my thing, you know what I'm saying? So, and I got to get the name of the distributor or the person that made these so I can plug them. I'll do that next episode. Don't have it right now, but these are dope socks. What else I got here? What else do I have? Yeah, okay. So Santa came a little early to me this year, you know. Santa came a little early for me this year. And he brought me these, and I'm thankful. Got the new Mellows. I got the Mellow 2.0s. These are the Mellow 2.0s. Good solid shoe. Not sure if you guys can see the rest of it, but it's pretty sturdy. Good support. Like I said, I don't hoop in these. These are like my show shoes. I wear these when I'm gonna go perform. People that know me know I'm a shoe head. I gotta probably chill with all these damn shoes, but you only live once, right? So that's my thing, you know. You gotta enjoy yourself. And what else do I got? Oh yeah, let me do two more things right quick. Two more things. I promise we gonna get on with the show. Cause right now I'm just trying to plug a lot of stuff. Shout out to my man Kazim Rahman, man. He has a podcast that you guys should go check out. It's a very fun pod. I wish that I came up with the idea or had an idea for a podcast that was this creative. It's super short. I mean, it's like maybe like a half hour. It moves, but it's a podcast where it's called Tough Choice, and it's like a game show, right? Where I wouldn't say it's a game show. It's more of a it's you just have to listen to it, man. It's dope, you know. Basically, like he'll have a comedian on there, and then basically he'll ask you, would you prefer this or this? And then you basically ask questions about the choices that, you know, you have to pick between. And it opens up this whole can of worms where you think about shit that you never even thought about, you know. And I shot this pod with him I want to say back in August, you know, and he has like a huge backlog of people that he's done this pod with or whatever. So he told me in August that it would get released in November, and it got released last week actually. So go check it out. I'm on that pod. It's called Tough Choice with Kazim Rahman. Had a great time with him, man. Got a lot of good laughs in there. I think you guys would enjoy it. So yeah, go check that out. What else we got going on, man? Let me see, what else do I have to plug? There's one more thing I wanted to plug, and duh. So you guys heard me bitch about Apple a few minutes ago, you know. My Mac right now is it still does what it does, but I have to there are a couple things that I have to do to kind of get by, and maybe it's just because I don't understand certain things. But right now I am using my PC mouse, right? Because my Magic Mouse, which is this guy right here, there are some good things. Like here's the thing with the Magic Mouse 2.0, like they have good user features on here, right? But the basic shit is where they fucking up, you know? So my issue with my Mac right now that I'm having is that, well, it's not an issue, it's the design of how they designed it, but the Wi-Fi module and the Bluetooth module are all one. It's like merged into one. So if your Bluetooth don't work, then your Wi-Fi not gonna work. If your Wi-Fi don't work, then your Bluetooth not gonna work, right? They're like paired together. So an issue I have that I've been having is my Bluetooth will lose connectivity, or my Bluetooth will lose connectivity, right? And since the keyboard, right, the Magic Keyboard that I have right here, it's Bluetooth, but if it loses Bluetooth connectivity, I can plug in my Thunderbolt cable and I can still type. But with the mouse, you can't plug nothing in to use it. You're just stuck, you know? So that's why I'm using this mouse right now, because this one keeps going out. But all you can do with the actual charging cable is charge it. You can't use it, right? Whereas with the keyboard, you can charge the keyboard and use it. So I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I went into a lot of forums, and I've cleared out. I've done all the DHCP. I've cleared all the DHCP shit. You know, I went in. I did pretty much everything possible. You know, like, and it got it to work again, but then it goes out again. You know, so I'm pretty frustrated with it. I know if somebody from Apple hears this, they're going to say, "Oh man, we're sorry to hear that. Package it up and send it to us, and we'll come fit and we'll fix it." That's not really going to help me, you know. If I got to package this thing and send it out and wait just for you to be like, "Oh, your module's bad, we got to give you a whole new Mac," I lose time, right? And time is money. I don't have time for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So with the amount of money I spent on this Mac, they should have motherfuckers come to your house and be like, "Yeah, nah, it's a hardware issue. Since you can't crack open the computer and fix it yourself because it's not a PC, we're gonna send you a brand new Mac model, and then we'll take this one off your hands," right? Like, that's how it should be. But it's not like that. But I'm suspecting that there's a hardware issue with my module, and I don't want to. I know when I call them, they're going to be like, "Oh, we'll package it up and bring it in." And like I said, I'm getting by with this. Maybe for the new year, what I'll probably do is before I go out of town, I'll drop it off, but or mail it out, and hopefully, you know, this shit can be resolved. But hopefully on the new Macs that they have, or whatever the new Mac they have coming out, hopefully they were smart enough to say, "You know what? Maybe the technology isn't there for us to go completely wireless with a keyboard and a mouse. So we're going to give you the option of being able to plug your mouse in and use it," because I don't got time for this shit, man. You know, it's a waste of time to have to sit down and debug every time I sit down why my keyboard isn't working or why my mouse isn't working. But anywho, let me stop bitching. What else we got? I'm trying to think. Yeah, so but I do want to plug this though, right? So Apple released their 6.1 version, their 6.1.1 version of iOS, or iOS 16.1.1 came out. And at first it was confusing to me. It's still kind of confusing with what all they did, but some of the stuff I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is dope. I like what they did." So I'm gonna go and show you what they did right quick. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and add my source in. Let me see if I can find my source right quick. Where's my source? Want that. No, it's here. Here's window capture. I want to go here. Then I forgot I got to do this. Here we go. Here we go. Pull up my QuickTime player so I can show you guys. And then where is QuickTime? New movie recording. Here we go. Okay, so my phone should be coming up now. There we go. So hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, you kind of can, kind of can't. Let me actually come back here. So I should have probably just did a screenshot of this, but I want to show you guys, this stuff. So here we go. I'll bring this down. Here we go. So here's what I liked what they did with iOS 16.1.1.1, right? So basically what they did is they made it so you don't have to go into your photos to set wallpaper, right? You can just come here from your lock screen, hold your lock screen down, and then go to customize, and then add whatever photos you want to add to your thing, right? What I really like about this is now they basically tied in your lock screen with the weather, or there's an option for that, right? So this is dope, right? So when I open up my phone, I can look at the weather, and you see the art, you see the screen right now, right? So this is what the weather's doing right now, right? Well, it went dark because my phone went dark, but right now it's cloudy outside, high of 56. So I don't have to go to a window. I don't have to ask Alexa, what the weather's doing. And then on top of that, I can come right here and just get the full weather report, right? Just like that. So to me, that's dope. That's a very smart move. Whoever thought of that, that's dope. And even you get the moving part of the background with the clouds, so you kind of see what the clouds, like, it's not an actual picture of what's going on, but it's a representation of what's going on. So I like it. But my Mac, I'm still pissed about my Mac. And then also what you can even do too is also, it's now part of your background for like your main screen, right? Or for your home screen. So to me, this is dope. Because now I don't have to worry about finding an image that I like, cropping it to the right size, and always changing up my background. Like my background with the weather, it literally changes with the weather. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, good job, Apple, when it comes to that. So that's that. Let me go ahead and put that down, put that off, unplug this, and let's go ahead now and move on to the main topic of the show. I know it took me 25 minutes to get to the main part of the show. But had to plug some things and had to talk about some things. So anywho, let's go ahead and talk about the main topic of the show. So as you guys can see, I'm in my illustrious living room post Thanksgiving. Behind me is a cornucopia. Title of the show is Thanksgiving. Man, let's go ahead and talk about it, right? So I'm not an ungrateful motherfucker, right? I'm not ungrateful. Right? I'm very thankful for a lot of things that I have. I'm very thankful for everything that I have, to be honest. I'm thankful. I'm a thankful person. But the Thanksgiving holiday, man, I don't fuck with it. Like I like let's try the thing, right? I like getting together with people and eating, but you don't need But you don't need a holiday for that, To me, that's something that you can do any time of the year, But here's why I don't fuck with Thanksgiving, man. Like Thanksgiving, when you think about it, it's the bottom bitch holidays of holidays, right? Thanksgiving is the bottom bitch holiday of holidays, Like everything you do on Thanksgiving, you can do on another holiday, right? Like you can eat turkey on Thanksgiving, you can do that shit on Christmas, right? You can go lay around and watch sports all day. You can do that on Christmas and New Year's, right? And think about it, right? Like when you go to Hallmark, right? There's no Thanksgiving cards. There's no special Thanksgiving song. There's no special Thanksgiving prayer of thanks. It's like the halftime of like holidays, yo. It's like that's where you kind of cleanse your palate to do whatever the fuck you want to do for the rest of the year, And to add insult to injury, Thanksgiving has become the eve of the most selfish fucking holiday of the year, right? Thanksgiving is Black Friday Eve, right? So on the day that you're supposed to be thankful for shit and giving thanks, you worried about getting a big screen TV from Walmart and shit, because you got to get that Black Friday deal. So from that aspect, I don't fuck with Thanksgiving like that. Like I do, but I don't. All right. Yeah. And let's let's even look at the name Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving. Let me get a bite of my breakfast right quick. Before we go any further, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell a friend to tell a friend, do all that fun internet stuff. But let's look at the name Thanksgiving, right? Let's look at the name of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving. The thanks comes before the giving. So let's say you have a bowl of wings or a basket of chicken wings in front of you. And I walk up to you and I grab one of the wings and I say thanks before you had the opportunity of giving it to me. I stole your shit. Right? I said thanks before you had the opportunity of giving me the shit. Right? So to me, that's ironic with how this country was found, right? Like the Pilgrims and the English or whatever came over here, or Christopher Columbus or whoever, you know, all that shit is a lie anyway. I mean, all that shit is lies. So that's why I'm kind of just paraphrasing the shit. But people that were non-inhabitants of this land came over, and the Indians or the natives of the country taught them how to cook, how to live, and how to live amongst the land. And the colonizers that came over said thanks for the land before they had the opportunity of them giving them the land. So they took that shit, right? So Thanksgiving, the name is disgusting in and of itself. So like I said, I'm thankful for family, thankful for friends. I have no problem with going out and breaking bread with people and stuff, and you know, enjoying company and stuff. But I do not say Happy Thanksgiving to people because it's a reminder of the savagery of how this land was took. You know, so you know, y'all probably think I'm fucked up or I'm weird or whatever it is, but I don't give a shit. That's just me saying how I finally feel about the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then look at behind me, right? We got this cornucopia. Come on, Dre. We got this cornucopia behind me and shit, right? What the fuck is a cornucopia for, right? Like, to me, it's like the very least they could do for Thanksgiving is bring the cornucopia back, right? Like the cornucopia should be the Christmas tree and shit. It should be the equivalent of a Christmas tree. Like people should be going out buying cornucopias to put on their table, and they should be able to say why we have a cornucopia, like why it's there, right? That would be something where it's like, you know what, that's Thanksgiving centric, and that basically will separate, and it will basically stop making Thanksgiving, or it will potentially help make Thanksgiving not be the bottom bitch holiday of holidays, you know? But the fact that people don't even know what this is, they don't even know what it's for, they don't know what it represents. The fact that they don't even sell these, but the fact that they still got pictures of it and shit, it's like, what the fuck is the point? The fuck is the point? So, Thanksgiving, man. Let me go and tell you a funny Thanksgiving story, man. You know, so basically what I'm doing right now, I'm basically working out my material that I wasn't able to do over the break. Because Thanksgiving is a weird holiday. Things kind of shut down. And we're already a week outside of Thanksgiving, and the golden rule in comedy is you can do jokes about a holiday within 2 weeks of it passing, right? So come December 10th, you really can't talk about Thanksgiving no more because it's done, right? So anyways, now Thanksgiving, my perfect idea, or my perfect day or idea of a perfect Thanksgiving is me being at home, away from work, not worrying about going to work the next day, and having a lot of good food to eat, and watching football, and giving my donations to DraftKings, right? Not too much, but you know, maybe like $50, you know, in hopes of walking away with a millie, right? That's my perfect idea of a Thanksgiving day, right? So I remember one Thanksgiving, man, my mom, man, shout out to my mom, man. But I remember one Thanksgiving, my mom ruined my Thanksgiving of just peacefulness. I remember one Thanksgiving, man. I remember I came home from school. Was that school? I forget. It's been a minute, but I came home from school and I was licking my chops to just do nothing from Wednesday night through Sunday. Right? I was licking my chops like, yes, I'm home. Ain't gonna do shit. I'm gonna watch these games and just chill and then enjoy this food. My mom hit me with the on Wednesday, she hit me and my pop with the oh, hey guys, pack your suitcase up. We're going to Buffalo to spend Thanksgiving with family. Because it's all about family. It's all about family. Right? While I'm packing up the suitcase, it's all about family. I heard the word family like a million times, man. Packing up the car, packing up the shit to go to Buffalo. And we're driving to Buffalo in between the Minnie Riperton music. It's all about family. We're going up here to be with family because it's all about family. All right, she said family like a million times. All right. So we get to my aunt's house in Buffalo and we get there. And nigga, we eat Thanksgiving dinner out of paper plates. And it's not even the good kind of paper plates. It's them little Chuck E. Cheese party plates that when you go like this, the shit flip up, like the shit flip inside out. Right? It was them little party plates with the gloss on it and shit. So the shit is like them little party plates. Like, you know, you got the good kind of cardboard plates. Like you got the ones that are like real thick to where if you bend it, they just break in half. But we didn't. They were the shittiest type of cardboard plates, man. And there was no dinner table set, no nothing. Just people sitting around on couches and we holding the fucking plate in our hand like a fucking taco and shit. You know, holding the plate up, trying to eat. And you got the dogs running around trying to see if we're going to drop something on the floor so they can get some of the Thanksgiving dinner. And my mom sat next to me and she was mad than a motherfucker, man. She was mad. And my mom was like, Andre, can you believe? She was like, Andre, can you believe that we eating Thanksgiving dinner out of paper plates? Like we done drove all this way. There ain't no table set, and we just eating Thanksgiving dinner out of paper plates. Like she was mad. You know? So whenever a black woman says, I don't mean you no harm, nigga, they pissed. You know? Like my mom went to my aunt and she was like, now I don't mean you no harm. But why are we eating Thanksgiving dinner out of paper plates? And my aunt just kind of laughed and chuckled and said, oh, because the kids don't like doing dishes. My mom came back and sat down next to me and she was cussing me. She was cussing. She was like, can you believe that these motherfuckers, these little lazy motherfuckers don't want to do no motherfucking dishes for Thanksgiving. So therefore we got to eat Thanksgiving dinner out of motherfucking paper plates because these little lazy motherfuckers don't want to do no motherfucking dishes. And I looked at my mom. I said, but mom, that's your family. It's all about family. She said, man, shut up, nigga. Drove home, mad as shit. And she was like, that's the last Thanksgiving we'll do some shit like that. And I said, amen. She said, that's the last Thanksgiving we'll do something like that. And I said, amen. And that was it. So, yeah, I like to keep my ass in the house and lower my expectations for Thanksgiving. Right? It's all about lowering expectations, man. You got to have them low expectations, man. Just, right? You don't want to be like Icarus, right? Like the, what's that shit? It's not Aesop's fable, but, you know, the Greek mythology shit. With Icarus, right? He had them wings of wax and he wanted to fly high and he flew too close to the sun and his wings got melted and he crashed and burned. Now you want to fly low expectations. But anywho, happy Thanksgiving. What else we got going on, man? So let's talk about so the Bills and Patriots played last night. I tried to win $500,000 last night. I tried to win $500,000, but motherfuckers didn't want to play right to help me out. So, you know, I lost $10. Man, shout out to one of my boys, man. He is a big Patriots fan, huge Patriots fan. And he told me some shit before the game. Man, I gotta show y'all this. I gotta show y'all this monkey shit. He told me some shit before the game where I was like, he's probably right, but I just can't do it. All right. Let me look at this. Pull this back up again. Get the window capture back up. There we go. We back. But why is it still showing this and not my okay, that's weird. Looked like it froze where it last left. Okay, that's why. Okay. I don't want that. I go back to this. I gotta restart the app. That's why it remembered the last. It remembered my last screen. That's what it did. Okay, here we go. I gotta show y'all this monkey shit right here. All right, let me go ahead and hit okay. Let me go make this a little bigger so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Boom. So this part of the show is brought to you by LineStar. You know, where I get my data from. But before the game, boy hit me up. He was like, "Hey man, you know y'all in trouble." I was like, "I know." I said, "I don't like playing the Patriots." But he said, so we started breaking down the game. And I told him, I said, I'm going with this player. I'm going with this player. I'm going with Ramondre Stevenson. And he told me straight up, as you guys see right now, you're looking at the perfect lineup for the Captain Showdown mode between the Patriots and the Bills. He told me, he said, you know, the Patriots right now have 2 stud running backs. They got Ramondre Stevenson. You got Damian Harris. He said Damian Harris is out. And whenever the Patriots have a lead back that everyone thinks is going to go off, that's when Belichick goes to the bench and goes to running back by committee. And he was right. I should not have had Ramondre Stevenson in my lineup at all whatsoever. But he told me, pick one of them other backs because they going to do something. So nobody actually, and to be honest, to be fair, why wasn't that motherfucking that's weird. I'm looking at the lineup and who was the running back from New England that went off? So as you guys can see here, there was a running back that right when I cut the game on and this dude caught this pass, because he scored like a 40-yard touchdown pass, and it was a running back. And I was like, fuck. Who was that back that did that? Wasn't and now I'm seeing things, man. Yo, that is hilarious. He wasn't even listed as someone that you couldn't even pick him. Okay, that's good. So that shows that, okay, I'm not feeling too bad now. Let me just go to the box score of that game, because there was a running back for the Patriots that scored that touchdown. I'm trying to see. Let me see the game match or whatever. Let me go to, okay, where am I at? Let's see. Oh, there are scores. I want to go look at the Bills. Oh, here we go. NFL scores. I want to see the box score, because there was one running back that scored. His name was Jones. And he was one of the backup running backs. And we couldn't even pick him. So this is the first quarter. Yeah, Marcus Jones. So you couldn't even pick him in DraftKings. Marcus Jones was not even in the lineup. So that's actually a good sign. But That's crazy that you couldn't even pick Marcus Jones in this shit. Unless he wasn't a, let me just see, make sure he wasn't another position player. Yeah, you couldn't even pick Marcus Jones, Joe. That's crazy. So, anywho, he was right though. At the end of the day, I didn't need to pick the right running back. I needed to just stay away from Ramondre Stevenson, and that's what I should have done. I should have stayed away from Ramondre Stevenson. Let's take a look at like who actually won that shit last night. So when you look at the score, it was Stephon Diggs, and I didn't pick Diggs at all. I had no Stephon Diggs. But the one thing I've been doing is I've been looking at the previous game, right? So in week 12, Diggs put up 21 points against Detroit. So if you look at when he put up 20, he either put up 40, I followed with 30, 40, 30, teens. I should have taken that. I should have just taken that because I think I was afraid of getting that 14, and I didn't see that happening. And I thought Belichick was going to shut down our best player, but he can't because we have so many other weapons. Had to pick Josh Allen, of course, obviously. So let me see. Last night, Diggs was the captain that won the shit. So it was Diggs, Allen, James Cook went off last night, which was pretty interesting. First double-digit game. I wouldn't have called that. I went heavy with Devin Singletary. He did what I actually expected him to do, but I didn't expect James Cook to do what he did. So actually I got Devin Singletary. So I had in this perfect lineup, I had out of the 6 players, I got Devin Singletary right and I got Josh Allen right. But I didn't have the heart to pick Mac Jones. I didn't have the heart to pick James Cook. Let's take a look at Tyquan Thornton. See what the fuck did he do? Tyquan Thornton. Yeah, I went heavy with Jacoby Myers. And I went Jacoby Myers because I saw 3 consecutive games of single digits. And he's always been a double-digit player. But he took it 4 straight. So I should have probably played that or left that alone. But Tyquan Thornton, yeah, there's no way in the hell I would have called this. Him being in the perfect lineup. The only thing I see here that's different is his projection was always decreasing, but he had a positive projection. Then he had, but no, it's funny. He never had a game where he put up 0. So before week 12, he never had a game where he put up 0 fantasy points. So I should have played that just because, you know. So he was the golden bum, right? Tyquan Thornton was the golden bum. As you guys can see, he was $400 and he put 5 points up. So that's going to free up some cash for you. But yeah, that's that. So I'm on to something new too. When it comes to also shout out to Line Star, man. Line Star, you know, they finally started updating the projections for the tiers because I don't do traditional DFS basketball like that unless I'm feeling lucky, right? But before the screen that you're looking at now, they would never like give you the perfect lineup for this. And now, as you guys can see, well, let me go back to the last time there. Let's go back to November 30th. And when you go to perfect lineup, you see they give you like who actually not for that. I want to look at the pick'ems. So they see here they give you the perfect lineups for the tiers, right? So I'm glad they started doing that. Actually, let's look at the one for December 1st. Actually, there's only one game December 1st. That's right. Because I actually won like $10 off of this one tournament. Come on, Dre. I won one tournament that I played. I won like $10 off that shit. I'm trying to think which one it was. Yeah, it was this one here. This is the one I won because Reggie Jackson. I picked Reggie Jackson. So the trend I'm noticing is before I'm only gonna do it with one player, but what I started doing, which gave me some success that you guys might want to try, is let's look at the data, right? So, excuse me. So what I was doing before was I was trying to predict like when players were going to score a certain range of points. So instead of doing that, I'm looking for anomalies. I'm looking for the weird shit, right? So for example, like when you look at Julius Randle, right? He put up 55 points against Detroit, and he basically won his tier. But the old me used to say, okay, well, okay, on the 25th and on the 24th of on the 25th and the 27th of November, he put up 41 points back to back to back. He did 40s. So see, 40s. Last time he did that, Minnesota, Brooklyn, he put up 37. Okay, I'm staying away from that. Right? That's what the old me used to do. Now what I'm doing now is I'm trying to say, okay, was even here he put up 43 times in a row and then he put up 30, right? I'm looking for like the shit that doesn't make sense. So you go to Reggie Jackson, for example, right? I'm looking for, okay, 20s, teens, right? So, was it here? Let me just double check right quick. Yeah, 20s, teens. So what I'm looking for is like shit that I've never seen happen before, right? The 20, let's see if I can see this example right quick. So yeah, 20s, teens kind of happened here, but I'm looking for like 2 games before where shit doesn't line up and there's no example of it, and that's what I played. Actually, I played Reggie Jackson for another reason. I played Reggie Jackson because John Wall was out, and then I looked at the historical data, and I just based it off of that. Yeah, I looked at the historical data, and I looked at the cluster of numbers here, right? I looked at the cluster of fantasy points, and if you look at the trend, the cluster of his points are going up. So that's why I rocked with Reggie Jackson that game. I'm trying to find an example of where is it at? Let me see if I can find one. Okay, like right here, right? Anthony Simmons, right? I played him, and the reason I played him was because I looked at the 50s, 20s. I didn't see 50s, 20s anywhere else. I didn't see 50, 20 anywhere else. So I said, okay, since that never happened, I'm going to go ahead and play that. And what do you know? He won his tier. So let me actually go back to the tier. I actually got the last one wrong. Let me go back to tier 1. Tier 1 scored. Actually, no, Julius Randle won that one. But it was only off by 2 points, right? So yeah, I actually picked Anthony Simmons, I believe, here. But I was only off by 2 points when I did that. But let's see who won tier 2. So I picked Jalen Brunson, as opposed to Jeremy Grant. When you look at Jeremy Grant, he went 50-40, right? Like the old me would have said 50-40, and he's gonna probably tank. But he didn't. So I'm playing like the shit that's not obvious. Whereas with Jalen Brunson, if it ever comes up, I said 40-50. Yeah, see, I played see, I played that, and that didn't work out for me. I did the 40-50, and I said, okay, well, I don't see 40-50 anywhere else, and the shit didn't work out. So like I said, it's not like foolproof, but I got one player wrong. Let me actually pull up and show you guys, so you guys don't think I'm just talking shit. Let me go ahead and go to last one I won. Recent. Here we go. Right here. Oh shit, now you guys know my name, but whatever. Yeah, so the guy that won first place beat me by 60 points. But actually I'm looking at the wrong one. Shit. Okay. I'm looking at the wrong one. This was from December. Shit. Let me actually go back and pull the wrong. My bad, guys. But as you guys see, I was one player off, right? I was one player off of. Actually, I was one player off of splitting the pot, of splitting the $10,000 pot, right? Or the $10,000 winnings, right? First place got 10K. I got $9, but that was because I was 2 players off. My bad. I missed out on Williamson and Devin Booker. So let me go back to when Giannis last played. But that wasn't the game I'm talking about. Where was the game where Giannis played at? Let me see. Yeah, it was a 10-game swap. And here we go, 10 games. Nope. What date was that game? I just thought where? Couldn't be the 27th. That's too far back. Hey man, what the hell game was that? Pick 'em. Okay, it must have been this game here then. Let me just double check the numbers. 58. No, because Giannis scored 66 that game. So it was pretty recent. It wasn't yesterday. It wasn't the 30th. Okay. Oh, that's why I picked the wrong one. Okay, here we are. This is it. So when I looked at Giannis or whatever, right, I saw 61, 51, or 60s, 50s. I didn't see any 60s, 50s anywhere. That's why I went with Giannis. Let me actually bring this up so you can see it. So yeah, yeah, he went 60s, 50s. I didn't see that anywhere else, so that's why I played it, and he won his tier. Tier 2 was Tatum. I went with Tatum, because, well, let's go here. He went rest 51. I didn't see that all season, so I played that. He put up 76. Tier 3, Devin Booker. See, here's the thing, right? I actually had Devin Booker but I didn't pick him, right? Look, he put up, what, 50s, 60s. No others 50s, 60s anywhere else, so I played that. Or I didn't play that. Instead, I think I played Sabonis. That's what it was. That's what messed me up. So I looked at all 4 of the players, and the 4 players with the hearts next to them, it was Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton, and SGA. They all had like patterns that didn't make sense. But then Sabonis was the only one who had a pattern that made sense, and I picked him because he was the odd man out, right? So so his was 30s, 40s. He had 30s, 40s here on November 22nd and 23rd. And then he did it again, I believe. No, he only did it once. But I said, you know what? Maybe this tier is not going to score a lot of points. Maybe he might get like 40 points or whatever, or be in the 40s. He didn't crack 40. But it all came down to like picking people that don't follow a pattern. So De'Aaron Fox went 20s, 30s, but he didn't do that for the whole season at all. But let's look at what he did overall. Let's see what he did holistically, right? So he was kind of on a downtrend, but Devin Booker, let's see what his history is, right? So Devin Booker was kind of on an uptrend, so I should have played that. If you looked at just if you look at Devin Booker's historical record, right? If you look at it, he's kind of like, you know, that 36 is higher than that 35. You can't see what I'm talking about, sorry. That 36 on March 18th is higher than that 35 on February 26th of 2020. So he's trending up. So I should have taken his lowest low and played that. So anyway, what else we got, man? I'm gonna look at Zion. I'm gonna wrap it up with this part of the show. But Zion Williamson, right? So let's see. So his would have been 20s, 50s. I didn't see 20s, 50s. So I liked that player, but I didn't pick him because, like I said again, like what I did here was I went odd man out, right? So Zion, Trae Young, Siakam, Mitchell, Bradley, all these guys had like a unique pattern that never hit yet. But DeJounte Murray had a pattern that made sense, right? His was 20s, 30s. He did 20s, 30s, and I was hoping for that 50. He was the odd man out, but nah, that's not how you do this shit. So, anywho, I won $9 off that shit. So I'm gonna apply my method again to see what happens tonight. And the thing I like about this method is it's quick. I don't spend a whole lot of time looking at the data per se, trying to like crack the code to this shit. It's like it's real quick, and the only thing that's certain in life is uncertainty, right? So that's kind of like my motto with that. So let me go ahead and take that off, and so y'all can see my face again. So that's that. So hopefully I'm playing for. So for today, I'm playing for. It's a smaller pot. I think first place takes 2,000. I'll take that, and then I'll take that, and then I'll reinvest that for these games coming up on Sunday for the NFL. So, anywho, what else we got going on, man? We are at the 1 hour mark, and I need to hurry up and wrap this joint up. So, what else we got going on here? So today we're gonna talk about Dre and his damn Bills. For come on, Dre. So for Dre and his damn Bills today, we're going to talk about Fred Jackson for the Bills, right? Weird story. May have told this story, I don't remember, but I'm gonna tell it again. All right. I lived in Iowa for, I feel like I told the story, but I'm gonna tell it again. So I lived in Iowa for 7 years of my life. I worked for a company. I lived in Cedar Rapids, to be exact. And in Cedar Rapids, there's a college out there called Cole College, COE. It doesn't stand for anything. That's just the name of the school, Cole College. And two historic Buffalo Bills went to that school. The great Marv Levy, who was the head coach for the Bills in the 90s, went to Cole College, and Fred Jackson went to Cole College. So I went to a Bills game when Fred Jackson played for the Bills. And I'm in the Bills store trying to look for a jersey, because back then I was buying jerseys and shit, instead of, I should have bought shoes instead of jerseys back then. But, we live and learn. But anyways, Fred Jackson. So basically I'm there, I'm looking for a jersey. And in particular, I was looking for a Fred Jackson jersey because Fred Jackson was my favorite player back then. So as I'm looking through this hanger of clothes or of jerseys in the Bills store, which is on the Bills campus or the Bills by the Bills Stadium, I come across his jersey and I'm like, oh shit, Fred Jackson. But then I look to my left and the circle opened up and like it was Fred Jackson. Like he was sitting down on the floor with kids around him, but I didn't know he was there. And I said his name on accident. Well, I said his name because I found his jersey, but I happened to look at him while I said it, and I was like, "Oh shit, Fred Jackson!" And then he looked, and he kind of had this attitude. Man, he's kind of an asshole, man. This motherfucker was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Hey, man." So the first thing that came to my mind was like, "Shit, okay, he went to Cole College. I'm in Cedar Rapids right now. I'm visiting." I'm like, so the first thing that just came out of my mouth was, "Yeah." He just said, yeah. And I was like, yeah, man, I live in Iowa. He's like, why are you here? I'm like, thinking to myself, I'm here to watch the game, motherfucker. Shit, what the fuck you think I'm here for? But I didn't say that. But I was hoping he was going to be like, oh, what part of, I was hoping he was going to say, oh shit, what part of Iowa are you from? And I would have been like, oh, Cedar Rapids, Cole College, But I was like, I'm here to watch the game, And he was like, oh, all right. And then went back to talking with the kids and shit. And then I was like, man, I fucked up, man. Like, that's why I am the way I am when it comes to celebrities and shit, Like, I do not run up on celebrities, man. That's the last thing I don't give a fuck if it's Michael Jordan, especially Michael Jordan, man. Even though I got his shoes and shit, man, I'm like, yo, fuck that nigga. Like, Not fuck that nigga. That's wrong of me to say that. But nah, I will. Michael Jordan is the last motherfucker I would run up on, man. I like he has to like, you know, that story from what's his name? What's that dude's name? Chameleonaire. Like that shit is believable, yo. Like if you don't know anything about Jordan, yo, and Chameleonaire, man, go watch that shit, man, because that's some. Yeah, that's why you don't run up on athletes, man, and celebrities, you know. Like Jordan said everything that most guys think, but it was like really harsh, man. Because let me just go ahead and paraphrase story. So really what happened was, I think Chameleonaire was at an All-Star party game or whatever. Oh, he's at an All-Star. He was in town for All-Star weekend. There was an All-Star event, and like I think it was Jordan, Magic Johnson, Scottie Pippen, Larry Bird. They were all there, and Chameleonaire is like a huge like Jordan fan, right? So he sees Michael Jordan, and he's taking pictures with like some chicks or whatever and shit. So he runs up to Mike, or goes up to him and is like, "Hey, Mike, I'm your biggest fan." He's like, "Yo, man, is it cool if I get a picture with you?" And Jordan was like, "Man, we don't take." He's like, "Man, I ain't taking pictures with no niggas." Like he's like, "Man, we take pictures with bitches." Something like that to that effect. He was like, "We take pictures with bitches." He's like, "Man, you ain't no bitch, you a nigga." Like he was on some shit like that. So. Like, I'm glad that I didn't experience that shit, man, because that shit would have been like that shit was ugly, you know. And then I had another situation, you know, that I tried to squash, you know, with I don't know any celebs like that, but I was in a situation where like I tried to squash a situation, but it's just not meant to be, and I'm cool with it. I can just let it rest. But when the Bills drafted Marshawn Lynch, right? So last night during the Patriots game, they had Marshawn Lynch playing video games during the Bills game. I'm like, why? Like, why the fuck is he even associated with the Bills, yo? Like, he left us on bad terms. You know what I mean? At first he was all about the games, playing around the city and stuff like that. But then, well, maybe it wasn't him. Maybe that was you know, Willis McGahee that left Buffalo bad. But I'm like, yo, this dude played for the Seahawks, played for the Raiders. I'm like, why is he even associated with my team? Like, you know, it's not my team, but why is he even associated with like, why are they showing this dude? Like, anywho, I used to have season tickets to the Bills back like when Trent Edwards was our quarterback. And when Trent Edwards played, that's when we had Marshawn Lynch. And when we drafted Marshawn Lynch, man, I was like happy, yo, because I was like, yo, this is the dude that's gonna change our franchise, man. Like I was all in, man. And every time I went to go try to see Marshawn Lynch play, man, he always got into some kind of trouble, you know. Either he had some. I remember one time he hit a chick with his truck or whatever it was. I don't know the story, but every time I went to Buffalo, like I went to 3 or 4 games that year. And never got to see him play. Or maybe over the course of 2 years, I tried to see him play like 4 times, and I never got to see Marshawn Lynch play live, you know? So, you know, it was one time I think he had too many Skittles before the game, and he got an upset stomach or whatever and didn't play. But whatever the reason was, it was like it was something he did that prevented him from getting on the field. So after that, he left, went to the Seahawks, elevated their team. They got to the Super Bowl. If they would have given him the ball on that goal line, they would have scored a touchdown to win the game. So, anyways, like I had kind of a bad, I had bad energy when it came to Marshawn Lynch. You know what I'm saying? I just had bad energy, man. I was like, man, I tried to watch this dude play so many times, never got to see him play live, you know? So, and then I remember just like, you know, I know off the field he does like dope stuff. Like he built houses over in Haiti and, you know, does like he basically lives a certain way where he doesn't mess up his money, which is dope, you know, good for him. But I'm like, I'm kind of cool on Marshawn Lynch, you know what I'm saying? Then he had another dope video that came out. Actually, he had a dope video where he was coaching a player, and a parent, or I think it was like a mother of a parent. It was the mother of a player who was kind of going off, and she was out of pocket, and he basically, as a man, he respectfully put her back in her place. It was a dope video, right? That's how you handle like shit as a man, right? But all in all, the sum of the energies was like bad. Like I was like Marshawn Lynch and whatever. I don't really care for that dude too much. You know what I'm saying? So I was out and about one night, and he happened to pull up to an actual bar I was at, you know, one time, and I was like, oh shit, it's Marshawn Lynch, but I didn't say it out loud. I'm like, yeah. My first instinct was, yo, just act like you're not there, just go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Then as the night went on, I was like, you know, it got emptied out or whatever. You know, things were kind of like things kind of like cleared out or whatever. And he was still there, and I'm like, yo, maybe this is an opportunity to like, you know, to like bury the hatchet. Maybe he's not all that bad. Maybe he's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I remember trying to like buy him a drink or whatever and shit just to be a good sport or whatever. And this nigga ignored me. Like, he acted like I wasn't there. So I took the hint and I kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I just learned in general when it comes to celebrities, athletes or whatever, I keep that shit moving, yo. Like, they part of the wall to me. You know, like, it's not hate, it's just, yeah, I just leave a lot of them alone. You know, like, they have to actually come out to me to say something to me to get my attention for me to respond to them. But I don't go out of my way for no celebrities, yo. That shit is yeah, it's not a good look, you know. So anywho, it's kind of weird. I didn't want to even tell that story, but I ended up telling it. But you know, on Trippin with Theobold, we go places. That's what we do. We just go where we go, you know. So what else we got, man? No comedy bump today because, like I said, I'm running a little over. But I do have a show tonight. If you guys want to come check me out, here's a flyer. It's what is it called? It's called. I moved myself around on accident. I didn't want to do that. Shit, come on, man. Yo, why can't I just grab this shit? Okay, here we go. It's called Comedy Joke Night or Jokey Joke Comedy Night. I'll be here tonight. You can go to my social media to see more details or to actually see the flyer. But shout out to Nicole Denise, my comedy brethren, sister, or like that's comedy fam right there, man. You know, she always look out for me. I look out for her when it comes to these jokes and comedy. Also 2 times he'll be headlining the show, you know. So I started doing shows with these cats probably like 3 months ago. I do it once a month. They like my style of comedy. They like what I bring to the table. Like, it's always good when you go somewhere and people appreciate your comedy, you know, when people like are like, yo, nah, this is, I want to hear what he gonna say, you know. And I get to be free. I get to be myself. I get to like, I don't have to worry about shit. So I'm just glad that they're giving me the space and giving me an opportunity to continue to hone my craft. So I will be here tonight. And like I said before, you can go to my socials to see, you know, more details if you can't see the information up here. So that is that. But yeah, also coming up, just so you guys know, on, let me see, on shit. So there will be a show next Friday, December 9th. And then there will be a show on December 16th. When I say show, that's Trippin with Theobold, that is. But the 16th will probably be the last Trippin with Theobold of the year, because I'm gonna be traveling back east. Probably like, because that's the day before Christmas Eve, so I'll probably be traveling that day. And I like to have a good product when I put a product out, right? I got my audio kind of the way I want it. I'm not gonna have any of my equipment. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably just go live over like random days between, you know, the holidays, you know. But yeah, but I apologize for not having a show last week. I figured it was Black Friday. It was a Thanksgiving weekend. I was out with some friends or whatever and stuff, you know. And also yeah, it was some stuff kind of going on too. So it was a lot of stuff just going on last week. So doing the show probably it wasn't best to probably do the show. So I apologize for that. But like I said, we got 3 more Trippin with Theobold before the new year, and I'll probably be back. Hey, what's up, Al? What's up, Al Poku? Al Poku Circle D. What's up, baby? What's up, Circle D? Yeah, man. You know, I got the 5150 hat, man. You see how we do it? That's part of that new theme song that Corey had. That's a funny ass song. Dope song too, man. But yeah, 5150. I rock with 5150. But now, man, like I said, there will be 3 more Trippin with Theobolds before the new year. There will be a show on the 2nd, the 9th, and the 16th. And then on top of that, I also, yeah, I'm gonna make a promo video, right? I'm making a promo video for my channel that's gonna sum up everything of what I'm trying to do, so that way people can kind of see. Because right now I feel like I'm still kind of like fluid. Like I have a lot of moving pieces, and the pieces might not all connect the way that I want them to connect or appear to connect. And I want to basically like have a video that kind of I want to have a video that sums all that up so you guys can see the vision, right? Because it's all about the vision, man. It's all about, like, I have the vision. I just got to make sure that y'all see it too. You know what I'm saying? So look for a promo video probably sometime like in the early part of next week. I have a couple of ideas I'm going to shoot. But yeah, it's going to be my promo channel. Or it's going to be a promo for my channel. But yeah, who else is on here? Yeah, the Night Owl. What's up, man? It's all about family. Hey, what's up, Rashard? Oh man, yeah, I got. Man, shout out to the Night Owl, aka Rashard, old school Temple Owl alum. We go back to Peabody Hall, 3rd floor Peabody Hall. So Peabody Hall no longer exists, but it exists in spirit. And my man Al Poku, that's my fan, man. Old school fan from Laurel, man. You know, over there in Laurel, man. So man, shout out to them for checking me out, man. And yeah, man, shout out for y'all checking me out, man. You know, shit, that's dope, man. But yeah, like I said, I'm wrapping up the show right now. Yeah, there's gonna be 3 more shows before the new year. There's gonna be one on the 2nd, one on the 9th, and one on the 16th. I got the promo video coming out next week sometime that I'm working on. And what else we got? Before I go any further, make sure y'all hit the like button, tell a friend to tell a friend, do all that internet stuff like the old people say. Internet, INNANET, internet. Only one T. Make sure y'all do that shit. Down below, make sure y'all check me out on my socials. AT is where it's at on most forms of social media. Follow me. Follow me. I gotta do that again like my man Gino. Follow me. Follow me. Anyways, yeah, man, it's been a fun show. Thanks for checking me out. And with all that being said, I'm out of here, folks. Peace. Yep. Trippin with Theobold.
Let's go.
Caliente.
Trippin. Yep. Trippin. Trippin. Trippin with Theobold.
Trippin with Theobold.